All right, qualifying is over. Time for heat number one. And up front will be Brian Mansfield and Michael Whiting. Skylar Massey and Michael Scruggs on the second row. Michael Crocker and Justin Glover on the third row. All right, everybody getting lined up on pit road. And it looks like the outside line has decided to wait. I'm not sure. Okay, there we go. Looked like Michael Whiting was Michael Whiting was a little bit slow getting going on that outside line. Looks like everybody is out and getting lined up now. They will go green next time by. From ElDora, the half mile 24-degree banked 8-degree straightaway track owned by Tony Stewart. One of the most fun dirt tracks to race on and a great track to learn on. Pace truck is in. Green flag is in the air. Heat number one is underway. Brian Mansfield gets away a little clean. I think him and Michael Whiting might have been leaning on each other there a little bit. Skylar Massey to the bottom to second. Massey slipping by into second now. Michael Crocker on the move as well. Down on the bottom, he is underneath Michael Whiting for third. Whiting still fighting back on the bottom, and Justin Glover starting to make his way forward as well. While they're all fighting, Brian Mansfield starting to move away just a little bit. Skylar Massey barely holding. Oh! Michael Crocker slides up, gets a piece of Michael Whiting. Excuse me. Caution is out. Let's see if we can take another look at that real quick. Oh, he caught the inside wall coming through 1 and 2. Tried to keep it down, just couldn't. And that's what caused him to go up and get the side of the 44. So first caution of the race. Mikey Mixter is back, and Isaac Salas is not a fan of this track. That's unusual to see somebody that good at dirt not enjoying ElDora. I'm terrible at dirt, and I love ElDora. And it looks like the 27 might have a little bit of damage after that. Yeah, he's got actually more than a little bit. The spoiler up in the air. Let's try and get a look at the left front. Yeah, he's going to come to pit road. Smart move by Michael Crocker here. Yeah, that car's pretty banged up. As they stack back up, Michael Crocker is off pit lane. He will get back up here. But now Skylar Massey restarting in second on the outside. Pace truck is in. Green flag back in the air. Brian Mansfield down and away, but Skylar Massey gets a good restart and starting to carry some momentum up on the high side. I heard a couple of people say during pre-race interviews that middle line is where they want to be, at least early on. And here comes Justin Glover around the high side. Justin Glover shoots by a couple of cars up to third, and Michael Crocker now fighting back on the bottom. They're 3 wide and 3 of 4. Michael Whiting and Scruggs go around. They get straightened out. Brian Mansfield still out front. Coming to 2 to go. Michael Scruggs went to pit road. Michael Whiting still on track. 2 laps to go for Brian Mansfield. Skylar Massey right there behind him. Justin Glover right there in third, and Crocker is gaining on him. He has got a hot rod here tonight. White flag for Brian Mansfield coming out of turn number 2. Down through turn 3 and 4, he sees the checkered flag in the flagman's hands. Brian Mansfield wins. Skylar Massey is second. Glover is third. Crocker fourth. And Michael Whiting is fifth. Michael Scruggs finishes sixth. They celebrate on the back straightaway. Hey, thanks, Striker. All right, heat number 2. We'll see Butch Baker and Isaac Salas on the front row. DJ Kenner and Zach Bache on the second row. Kevin Martin and the return of Mikey Mixter on the third row. Striker, I obviously haven't checked any updates on that grudge match, but I got your back for that one, buddy. Whatever it is, just let me know. I'll hop in a car and run it with you. Striker calling out Pujanowski today. A streamer versus streamer race. Looking forward to that grudge match. Butch Baker, Isaac Salas. How many times have we seen this battle this season? Isaac saying he does not like this track, and Butch saying he found something in practice. This will be interesting. Green flag back in the air. Heat number 2 underway. Butch Baker gets the good restart. He's down on the bottom. The Iceman looking to the inside of Salas now. And Isaac now gets back into second, and he's got his nose right under the back bumper of Butch Baker. And DJ Kenner right there with him. Nose to tail as they come out of 4. Isaac looking to the inside. Now he's looking to the outside. Trying to get a run down the bottom off 2. He's got the nose inside. Isaac Salas for the lead on the bottom, right down by the wall, trying to carry some momentum out, but Butch Baker gets the run. Still nose to tail. And DJ Kenner lurking, just waiting for a mistake. Kevin Martin in 4th. Mikey Mixter in 5th. Isaac Salas looking to the bottom. He gets a great run off 2. Just needs to capitalize off of turn 4. Will he be able to do it this time? No, he gets a little bit further in. He's got the inside line into 1, but Butch Baker carries momentum and clears him this time. DJ Kenner to the outside of Isaac Salas for 2nd. DJ Kenner has the fastest lap of heat number 2 so far. Zach Bache now back out on track, several laps down. Butch Baker coming down. He'll get the white flag this time. Still has Isaac right under his rear wing. Off into turn number 3. Isaac Salas sends it to the bottom. Will it be enough here? At the line, though, it is Butch Baker winning heat number 2. Isaac Salas comes home 2nd. DJ Kenner 3rd. Kevin Martin fourth, Mikey Mixter in fifth. All right, heat number 3. Garmy and Patrick Coluccio on the front row. Dakota Wilson, Joel Naff on the second row. Stephen Lindo on the third row. And look for David Garman to be really pushing it here tonight. He was a little bit frustrated not getting the win in the Cup Series. He thought he had that one wrapped up. Some awesome fuel strategy by Mason Neal gave him the win, and Garmin is looking for that win here tonight. Dakota Wilson, the come from behind kid, has had several strong runs from the back this season. If he could qualify and restart up front, who knows what could happen with him as well. And of course, Coluccio there on the outside has had a great season as well. Comes into tonight third in points. Pace truck about to drop off. Green flag back in the air. Heat number 3 underway, off into turn number 1, and Stephen Lindo sends it on the bottom, picks up one spot into turn 1. Garmin's in the wall. Let's see what happened here. It looked like he got the wall on the back straightaway. He ended up towing to pit road. Coluccio up front. But now Dakota Wilson right there on the back bumper. And Lindo still back there in third, trying to find something. Here comes Joel Naff on the outside. Joel Naff looking for a way around. He's carrying a lot of momentum up off the turns. Just can't get anything done yet. Patrick Coluccio out front trying to get away as they battle behind him. Coluccio and Wilson side by side all the way around the track. Now Wilson gets a little bit of a run. Now he looks outside the leader coming out of turn 4. Can't get there yet. 3 laps to go. Now Wilson gets a run to the outside. Joel Naff looking to the outside, trying to pick up third place here. Dakota Wilson now going to the bottom. White flag is in the air for Patrick Coluccio. He's got to hold Wilson off for one more lap. Oh, they touch. Joel Naff trying to capitalize on it. And Stephen Lindo does capitalize on it. Slides up. No, he doesn't. Who's it going to be at the line? It was Coluccio for the win. Joel Naff comes home second. Dakota Wilson is third. Lindo is fourth. What a wild finish to Heat 3. David Garman, after having problems in his heat, out there getting some practice in. So far, Garmin the fastest in warm-up. And a lot more guys out here during the warm-up than we usually see in a big one in turn 2. And Scruggs ends up upside down. Crocker drives right through Justin Glover. Brian Mansfield gets caught. They're still wrecking. Two and a half minutes left in the warm-up. Then we go to the 50-lap feature. Butch Baker, currently second fastest, said he had found something in practice earlier in the day. Isaac Salas, one that we're used to seeing competing up front, is currently 13th fastest. Said he does not like this track. And Brian Mansfield having one heck of a performance here tonight as well. Qualified first, ran up front in his heat. Remember, coming into tonight, Garmin has a 62-point lead. But then from second to fourth, just 1 point. Stephen Lindo in second. Patrick Coluccio and Isaac Salas tied for third. Butch Baker back in fifth. He is 33 points behind Isaac. Points definitely, this is week number 6 of the season, and points definitely are getting very important. Every point will count here tonight. And Brian Mansfield just ran the fastest lap of the warm-up. Michael Crocker also had something in the heat. He kept moving forward. We'll see if he can make something happen here tonight. And Joel Naff was the same in his heat, coming towards the front at the end of the race. Some of these guys talking about how they prefer the track once it slicks off. Dakota Wilson has said he is warming up Victory Lane. There he is. Dakota Wilson is warming up Victory Lane for Mansfield once again. All right. Practice is over. Qualifying and heats are done. It's time to go racing. Brian Mansfield and Butch Baker start on the front row. Then it's Patrick Coluccio and Skylar Massey. Isaac Salas and Joel Naff on the third row. Justin Glover and DJ Kenner on the fourth row. Dakota Wilson, Michael Crocker rounding out the top 10. Then Kevin Martin and Stephen Lindo, 11th and 12th. 13th is Michael Whiting. Mikey Mixter is 14th. David Garman, after having wrecked out of his heat, starts 15th. Scruggs starts 16th. And Zach Bache, after having problems on lap 1 of his heat, will start last. And as you heard him say, they left the track state a little bit of use here. Guys like Patrick Coluccio definitely going to benefit from the track already having a little dirt moved off. It's starting to slick off a little bit already. Isaac Salas starting back in 5th. He'll have to come through some traffic. Points leader David Garman starting at the very back of the field in 16th. Has a long way to go to get to the front. This could be the night that everybody makes up some points on him, but we'll see if he can work his way through the traffic as the pace car gets ready to drop off. Pace truck drops off. Here they go. Green flag is in the air. Brian Mansfield and Butch Baker lead them into turn number 1. Brian looks like he might have struggled just a little bit there. Little further back, Joel Naff, Justin Glover side by side. 3 and 4 wide back behind is David Garman trying to pick up some positions. Garman way down on the bottom. Already up to 14th, and he looks like he might slide by a couple more. Does he get by clean? Just barely. Mikey Mixter gets into the wall. We stay green. Back up front, Brian Mansfield still managing to hold off. Caution is out, and all right, let's take a look at Mikey Mixter's incident here. He gets off, taps, gets into the back of Crocker. Garman straightens out Crocker. Mixter can't get anything going, and we're about to see what brought the caution out. Looks like Mixter was having a hard time getting going. Skylar Massey found him stopped on the infield, as did Michael Crocker. Brian Mansfield continues to lead. Butch Baker still in 2nd. Patrick Coluccio in 3rd. Isaac Salas is up to 4th now. Joel Naff is 5th. Justin Glover 6th. Steven Slider Lindo up to 7th. Dakota Wilson 8th. DJ Kenner 9th. Michael Whiting is 10th. Michael Crocker actually going backwards right now as things sort out. David Garman up to 14th. Crocker being scored in 15th. We'll have to wait and see. Some of these guys also going to pit road. Mikey Mixter on pit road at the moment. Lights are out on the pace car. Pace truck drops off. Brian Mansfield choosing to restart on the outside. Green flag in the air. Butch Baker trying to make something happen on the bottom. Brian Mansfield carrying a lot of momentum, and here comes Isaac Salas on the high side. Isaac trying to get around Butch here for 2nd. That outside line definitely the fastest, at least for the moment, as here comes Joel Naff. And don't look, oh, we've got a wreck down in turn 3. Caution is out. Looks like Dakota Wilson involved. And it looks like Joel Naff just caught a little bit of the outside wall. Dakota Wilson was right there when he came down. Brian Mansfield still holding on to the lead. Skylar obviously unhappy with Mikey Mixter not moving off the track when he came around out of 3 and 4 and found a stopped car. And don't look now, ladies and gentlemen. But it looks like David Garman is up to about having to wait for scoring and all the cars to settle out. 6th or 7th, if I'm looking at it right. Skylar Massey on pit road getting some repairs. Everybody trying to sort themselves out here. It looks like there might have been an issue with the scoring when the pace car came out, and everybody the admins are having to get this squared away. We know Brian Mansfield should be in the lead here. And they are all starting to stop here and wait for the pace car. So it looks like Mansfield should be in first. Isaac Salas second. There goes the pace car, and now Brian Mansfield is rolling. It looks like the pace car came out at just the right time that everybody ended up accidentally going around it. Okay. So now we've got Brian Mansfield in first, Isaac Salas second, Michael Whiting third, Joel Naff fourth, Steven Slider-Lindo fifth, Garmy up to sixth, Coluccio in seventh, Justin Glover eighth, Michael Scruggs ninth, and DJ Kenner 10th. Michael Crocker, after being involved in that early incident, he is now back into 11th. Skylar Massey went to pit road. He is now back in 16th and looking to recover here. Everybody sorting themselves out. Lights finally out on the pace truck, and it looks like Mansfield choosing to restart on the outside again. And they both better look closely in their mirror, because the third car back on the inside is David Gorman. Pace truck is in. Green flag back in the air. Off into turn one they all go. Justin Glover trying to hold off David Garman here. Justin having one heck of a run so far tonight. 3 and 4 wide back behind him. Everybody trying to sort themselves out. Michael Crocker, another car starting to make his way forward. Now up to 10th. Trying to find a way around the Iceman here as everybody has to move up the track just a little bit. And there's a battle for second as Isaac Salas goes by Lindo. Joel Naff looking to sneak by for third. Here comes Michael Whiting for fourth. Lindo trying to get something working down there on the bottom. Isaac Salas just had the fastest lap of the race in second place, trying to run Brian Mansfield down. David Garman now looking to the inside of Justin Glover for sixth. Oh, a little bit of a tap, and Justin Glover goes around. Caution is out. As they line back up, looking at some of the drivers, Steven Lindo picking up 8 spots, started in 12th. He is up to 4th. Michael Whiting, who started in 13th, now up to 6th. Looks like after that incident, David Garman dropping intentionally to the back of the field. And it appears Skylar Massey may be out. Brian Mansfield still in the lead, choosing to restart on the outside yet again. David Garman now back in 15th after that incident. Pace truck is in. Green flag is in the air. Isaac Salas dropping to the bottom. He's got a bit of a run. Will he take the lead here? Can't quite clear Brian Mansfield yet. Will he clear him out of 4? Yes, he does. Brian Mansfield had a lot of momentum, but Isaac Salas slid up, cut the run off, and Isaac Salas to the lead for the first time tonight. Caution is out. And it looks like Michael Crocker involved. Let's see. Looks like our cameraman might have caught that a little bit late. Looks like Michael Scruggs drifted up mid-corner, catches Crocker, and Crocker catching Dakota Wilson there. And now Isaac Salas to the lead. Isaac came into tonight tied for third in points. 1 point behind Stephen Lindo in second. David Garman comes into tonight with a 62-point lead, but after the incident with Justin Glover, he intentionally went to the back of the field and is now lining up 12th on the restart. This is Isaac Salas, Stephen Lindo, and Patrick Coluccio have an opportunity here tonight to make up some points if they can keep him back there. Salas currently in first, Lindo in third, and Coluccio in 8th. Pace truck about to drop off. Isaac Salas choosing to restart on the high side. Pace truck is in. Green flag back in the air. Off into turn 1. Can Brian Mansfield pull the same trick on Isaac Salas that Isaac did last time? Caution is out already. Let's see what happened. Looks like the Iceman is involved. DJ Kenner gets down a little bit of a checkup, and Garman getting the back bumper there. DJ ending up upside down. DJ currently on pit road. Still Isaac and Mansfield at the front. Lindo still in the second row on the high side. Michael Whiting on the inside. Justin Glover still in the top 5. Butch Baker has drifted back to 11th. We'll see if he can get back up to the front. He said in the pre-race he had found something, especially once it slicked off. We'll see if he can make something happen here. Pace truck is in. Green flag back in the air. Off into turn one, single file restart, and it looks like Kevin Martin just shot to the bottom and got a little bit of the infield wall, lost a ton of positions. Meanwhile, David Garman has already picked up 4 positions on the restart. Meanwhile, Isaac Salas continues to lead and trying to run away here, but Brian Mansfield staying right in his tire tracks. Michael Whiting right there with him too. If Michael Whiting gets to the front, he might run away with this thing. Lindo losing a little bit of ground. Justin Glover a little sideways, off turn 4, caution out. And, it looks like an incident with Joel Naff. Let's see if we can see what happened there. Joel Naff right in the back bumper of the 25 of Justin Glover, and that's what sent Glover to the bottom, and everybody right behind him just piles in, nowhere to go. Looks like Michael Scruggs and Zach Bache both on pit road now. Joel Naff on pit road, Michael Crocker on pit road. Looks like they will line up side by side this time. Isaac Salas will choose the high side for the restart. Pace truck is in. Green flag back in the air. And meanwhile, back behind, it's getting sketchy. 3 and 4 wide back there at the back of the field. And now 3 and 4 wide up front. As Michael Whiting drops to the bottom, looking for a way around. David Garman way low on the bottom, trying to pick up every position he can here. Michael Whiting getting a little loose off of turn 2. And now a small group of cars starting to run on the bottom, led by David Garman and Zach Bache, starting to pick up positions, running that bottom line. Zach Bache drifts up out of turn 4. He started in 17th. He is now up to 7th. Trying to get around Kevin Martin here. Gets a little loose off turn 2. Back up front, Brian Mansfield still right on the back bumper of Isaac Salas. Stephen Lindo right there with him. Dakota Wilson also right there in the mix. Michael Whiting looking for a way around again. Isaac Salas dropping to the bottom, see if he can make something work down there, and loses 2 positions. Brian Mansfield going to take the lead back here. Dakota Wilson looking for second. Stephen Lindo, looking for second. Dakota Wilson looking for third. Brian Mansfield now securely back in the lead, at least for the moment. Stephen Lindo looking to clear Isaac Salas here. Dakota Wilson trying to take third. Michael Whiting right there. David Garman is right there. And Isaac is going to slide up right in front of David Garman. Now Garman's going to look to the bottom here. Can't do anything with it yet. And Brian Mansfield back to the lead. Further back, Zach Bache still fighting for 7th place with Kevin Martin. Right behind him, Patrick Coluccio trying to get around Kevin Martin and DJ Kenner. DJ Kenner starting to make his way forward. Justin Glover had been running in the top 5, has now drifted back to 11th. Scruggs in 12th. Oh, DJ Kenner spins. Caution is out. And Butch Baker caught that. As it looks like Patrick Coluccio just got the back bumper and DJ gets turned around. Michael Scruggs stuck in the fence there. And this will give Isaac Salas another opportunity to try and get back up to the front. Tried to make something happen on the bottom. Just wouldn't work. Got cars coming around the high side. Michael Crocker getting back to the lead lap. Justin Glover, Michael Scruggs on pit road getting repairs. Brian Mansfield out front, Stephen Lindo in second, Isaac Salas third, Dakota Wilson is fourth, Michael Whiting fifth, David Garman sixth, Zach Bache having one heck of a run after starting in 17th up to 7th, Kevin Martin in 8th, Patrick Coluccio in 9th, Joel Naff in 10th, and Michael Crocker 11th, Justin Glover in 12th. Lights are out on the pace car. Now Brian Mansfield about to have his hands full with Stephen Lindo. Remember, Stephen is known for the slide job, especially here at ElDora. This could get very, very interesting if he pushes hard enough for the lead. Green flag is back in the air. And Zach Bache already looking to the bottom here. Lindo to the bottom. He's going to try and pull that same move that Isaac pulled earlier in the race to get back to the lead. He sends it off into turn 3. Lindo looking for the lead here. Can he take it? He does lead that lap. Now Mansfield, that high line, the momentum is definitely starting to pay off up there as Mansfield now back to the lead. Isaac Salas, David Garman battling. Oh, we've got a car spinning. That's Lindo. Caution is out. Garman manages to sneak by, and I'm not sure who else was caught in that. It looks like Dakota Wilson just caught a little bit of the back bumper there and sent Lindo around. Justin Glover gets caught. Michael Crocker gets caught. Brian Mansfield just managing to hold on to the lead for quite a bit of time here. Isaac Salas said he is not a fan of this track. Tried to make something happen on the bottom when he was in the lead. Drifted back all the way back to 6th place. Managed to get back in line and start making his way forward again. But being caught up in that incident, he is going to go way back. He is now back into 12th place. We'll have to watch him to see if he can make his way back to the front. Butch Baker, who said he found something in practice earlier today, thought he could make something happen here. He had gone way towards the back early on after being caught in an incident. He is now back up into 5th. And they'll stack up 2 wide for the restart. Mansfield choosing the high side again. Pace truck dropping off. Green flag back in the air. And Mansfield gets a good restart here, but David Garman on the bottom. Can he get clear and take the lead here? He's got a good run down on the bottom, drifts up into the middle, trying to carry some momentum. Caution is out. Who's it going to be at the line? It looks like it's going to be scored with David Garman. And Zach Bache just bounced off the wall coming out of turn 2. Looks like Justin Glover drove under that and managed to keep going, but that puts us under caution again. No, Brian Mansfield was scored as the leader. So Brian Mansfield continuing to lead here, led the majority of the laps so far as Michael Scruggs comes back by to get back on the lead lap. It's Brian Mansfield, David Garman, Michael Whiting, Patrick Coluccio, Butch Baker, Kevin Martin, Joel Neff, DJ Kenner, Isaac Salas, Michael Crocker, Justin Glover, Stephen Lindo, and Dakota Wilson. Single file restart this time. Pace truck drops off. Green flag back in the air. Brian Mansfield is away. Garman's going to look to the bottom to make something happen here. He made it work last time. Can he do it again? Right down by the inside wall, but Mansfield carrying a lot of momentum on the high side. Off turn 2, they are still dead even. 17 laps to go. And now Garman gets a little bit ahead. Caution is out. Who's it going to be scored as the leader this time? Kevin Martin looks like... Oh, DJ Kenner just barely taps him, sends him around. Kevin Martin ends up facing the outside wall. And this time the lead will go to David Garman. Now the question is, can Brian Mansfield get back around Garman? Brian Mansfield so far has been the dominant car tonight. But Garman has gone to the back several times tonight. Well, twice so far. Isaac Salas back in 10th. Butch Baker now in 5th place. And still has time to get back up to the front and battle for the win here. If Isaac Salas is going to get back up to the front and contend for the win, he is going to have to do something on this restart to make up a lot of ground. Lights are out on the pace car. Garmin choosing to restart on the bottom. Brian Mansfield has chose to restart up top every single time he's gotten to choose. Will this work in Mansfield's favor here tonight? And who else watched Garmin dominate from the bottom, take that lead, and can make it work too? Butch Baker saw the whole thing. Green is back in the air. Mansfield gets a good jump off into turn number 1. Down through 3 and 4, it is still Garmin with the nose ahead. They're 3 wide back behind, as Patrick Coluccio makes his way up into 3rd place. And Michael Whiting still right back there. Stephen Lindo battling back on the bottom. Butch Baker sliding back, and here comes Joel Naff. Butch Baker really struggling. He got loose off of turn 2, lost a lot of ground. And Michael Crocker, he is starting to make his way forward on the high side. He is now up into 6th place. Looking for a way around Michael Whiting. And now Patrick Coluccio as Garmin starts open. Oh no! Big wreck in turn 4. A bunch of cars collected in that mess. Patrick Coluccio gets off into the corner. Michael Whiting just gets right into the back bumper, turns him in front of Crocker. Several guys get by, but DJ Kenner, Dakota Wilson also collected in that. Several cars on pit road. DJ Kenner's been to pit road. Michael Whiting, Michael Crocker, and Patrick Coluccio have all been to pit road now. David Garmin was just starting to open up a bit of a gap. Everybody is going for everything they can now. So it'll be Garmin up front, Mansfield in 2nd, Lindo is 3rd, Joel Naff 4th, Butch Baker 5th, Justin Glover back up to 6th. Seventh is Kevin Martin, Patrick Coluccio 8th, DJ Kenner is 9th. DJ Kenner Brian Mansfield starting outside. Garmin choosing to start on the bottom again. Green flag back in the air. And Garmin making that bottom work really well on the restart. So is Lindo. Here he comes for 2nd. Butch Baker is back in the battle. Butch Baker down to the bottom, making it work. Here he comes, starting to pick up positions. Mansfield up high is losing a little bit of ground. And here comes Isaac Salas, who is now back up to 7th. Michael Crocker up to 4th now. He is fighting back on the high side. And now he's looking to the bottom, looking for Mansfield. Gets a little loose off turn 2. He is sending it through there. They're now 3 wide through 3 and 4. 9 laps to go. Oh! Big wreck. Caution is out. Looks like Michael Crocker drifted up, thought he was clear, caught a little bit of Isaac Salas. David Garmin had opened up a 1-second lead again. Now he'll have to contend with Stephen Lindo in 2nd place. Brian Mansfield this time will line up behind Garmy. This could get a little bit interesting. Butch Baker now back up into 4th. Isaac Salas in 5th. Will these two be able to get back up there to the front and give Garmin a run for his money. Less than 10 laps to go here. And a bit of a heartbreak for Michael Crocker, who was just charging his way to the front. He had worked his way from the back into the top 5 a couple of times tonight. Lights are out on the pace car. Looks like we're going single file restart this time. Justin Glover still on pit road. Justin Glover is going to get off pit road just in time. He might catch this field at full speed. He might still be able to get back up into the top 5. Pace truck is going to drop off here. Pace truck is in. Green flag in the air. 7 laps to go at the line. Garmin and Lindo to the bottom. Mansfield staying high. Isaac Salas up high. Gets by Butch Baker. Loses a couple spots trying to run that middle line. Lindo trying to do something to get to the back bumper of David Garmin. Isaac Salas now to 3rd, but Brian Mansfield's going to try a crossover here. And Brian Mansfield drifts up, out, and then Isaac Salas is going to try a crossover up the middle with Joel Naff on the bottom. What a move, and now is Brian Mansfield going to try it again? Yes, he is. Salas gets the wall. Mansfield to the bottom. Now it's Mansfield back to 3rd. Joel Naff still on the bottom, fighting for everything he can get here. Oh! Butch Baker and Isaac Salas get together. Caution. And just enough that it catches Joel Naff and sends him over as well. Isaac Salas ends up upside down on the back straightaway. He'll have to get towed to pit road. Joel Naff on pit... Nope. Yep. Isaac Salas had to be towed to pit road. Some of these drivers obviously having a very frustrating night tonight. What a battle that was between Brian Mansfield, Butch Baker, and Isaac Salas. Something like that was going to happen at some point. The way those guys were crossing over, switching positions every single turn. But what a battle they had. Now it's going to be Garmin up front. Stephen Lindo in 2nd. Brian Mansfield 3rd. Kevin Martin is 4th. Justin Glover back in the top 5. Scruggs is 6th. Butch Baker is 7th. Patrick Coluccio in 8th. Michael Crocker in 9th off track. And Isaac Salas in 10th off track. Joel Naff, DJ Kenner both still on pit road as well. Looks like we will have about 8 cars on the lead lap for this restart. Pace truck is in. Green flag is back in the air. They'll have 3 to go at the line. Now can Lindo or Mansfield do anything with Garmin here? As here comes Butch Baker looking up the middle. Can't make anything happen yet. Justin Glover has been in and out of the top 5 all night, trying to fight his way back in. Michael Scruggs on the bottom is losing a lot of ground. Scruggs gets loose. Coluccio and Glover get into him. And it looks like he just slowed down, got a little bit loose, had to get out of the throttle. Glover and Coluccio both right there with nowhere to go. So now it'll be David Garman, Stephen Lindau, Brian Mansfield, Kevin Martin, Butch Baker in 5th, Patrick Coluccio 6th, Naff back out on track in 7th, Glover in 8th. And another green-white checkered here. Lights are out on the pace car. Single file restart. Green, white, checkered. Once the white flag is out, it does not matter what happens. Once Garmin crosses the start, or the leader crosses the start-finish line with the white flag, whatever happens from there happens. Pace truck is in. Green flag back in the air. And Lindau starts looking way underneath Garmin into turn 1. Lindau is trying to send it. Forces Garmin up to the high side. Can Lindau get a run here? Brian Mansfield is around and the caution comes out before they pick up the white flag. And it looks like Mansfield might have gotten a little low, a little loose. Butch Baker just barely taps him, and he goes around. Isaac Salas, obviously not happy with the outcome of this race. Said he wasn't a fan of the track here tonight. Definitely had some struggles and some really bad luck. Look for him to come back next week stronger than ever and walk away from the competition. Especially Monday night. And Garmy's feeling good about the race. He's having his little bit of fun here. As the light goes out on the pace car, Lindau has one more shot at him. Lindau got to the bottom and forced Garmin up to the high side on the restart last time. Can he do it again? Can he get enough momentum to take the lead? Pace truck is in. Green flag back in the air, and Kevin Martin shoots low right off the restart. Lindau jumps to the bottom. He sends it through 1. Briefly gets the nose ahead. Garmin gets the momentum up off of 2. Now down into 3 and 4. Garmin takes the white flag. Lindau back a little bit. Sends it into 1 again. Can't get enough momentum up off of turn 2. Coluccio looking for 3rd here. Gets around Kevin Martin. Joel Naff up into 5th, but Garmin. Lindau's right on the back bumper, but Garmin pulls off the win. Lindau comes home 2nd. Coluccio is 3rd. Kevin Martin is 4th. Joel Naff is 5th. Justin Glover comes home 6th. Butch Baker is 7th. Mansfield 8th. Scruggs 9th. Crocker 10th. And what a run out of that car right there. The 25 Justin Glover got caught in everything, kept fighting back like a true Marine, and great run out of him tonight. I know he wanted that good finish. All right, let's start with our 3rd place driver, Patrick Coluccio.
Doug? Oh, Doug. I'm happy that's done.
That was a rough one, but you come home with a third place finish, buddy.
Yeah, I drove from the back twice.
I thought it was three
Oh,
times, but
it could have been 3. I lost track of 2, honestly.
it was definitely a wild night, but you kept fighting your way back to the front. What a great third place finish.
Yeah, I got stuck behind Kevin there for a while in that long run, and I was just being patient, hoping he would go low, and the caution came out, which helped, and then another incident happened. I got sent to the back, and then a couple more incidents happened, which allowed me to get back up to where I was, but, we were able to make some moves, and we're going to have a come to Jesus next week. But
Well,
that was fun the last couple laps there, I'm happy Justin got his good finish here. He deserved it, so.
yeah, and it was a heck of a run, a great run for you, and a wild night. But congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, I was hoping for a couple more laps so I can go around Garmin and Steve. That didn't happen. Thanks, Doug, though.
All right, man. Congrats.
All right, thanks, buddy.
All right, let's talk to Stephen Lindo. Hey, Steve, this is Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir. How's it going, Doug?
I thought you had him there with as he came to the white flag. You sent it into one, and it looked like you were going to pull it off there.
Yeah, I had a good run a couple times. I made a couple little small mistakes, and you can't beat Garmin making small mistakes there at the end like that.
Well,
that's the main thing.
You can always drift up into his quarter panel. I mean, there is that.
I would have had a chance to do that, but I ain't gonna do that to him.
Well, man, you come home second. You definitely had a good points night here tonight for sure, and just a heck of a run overall. After starting 12th, having some problems, you went backwards a couple of times and still managed to recover a second place finish.
Yeah, I'm more than happy with a second place finish after having crappy qualifying, bad heat, and then getting sent back to the back once, or I think it was only once, but then I got shuffled back a couple times. But yeah, I'm more than happy with a second place after all that.
Congratulations. It was a heck of a battle and a heck of a run tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Doug.
All right, let's get a quick word with David Garman, and hopefully we'll be able to catch a word with Justin Glover before this is all said and done. But let's talk to our winner. David Garman wins again.
Yeah.
Do you feel a little bit better and after the cup race? You feel a little vindicated?
I mean, it's a different guy that I wasn't racing the same guy for lead. So no, we'll just have to get the cup guy next week and see what happens. That was I'll just say an interesting race, having to go from the back twice. One of them was my fault. The other one was a hardware issue that I had, and that's what happened in the heat race. I was having an issue with some hardware stuff, so I just stopped and got out of the race before I ruined anybody else's stuff. And started the back there, then made my way all the way up to I think like 6th or 7th, and I got an adjusting and had to go to the back again for an EOL, and then it was. Yeah, I mean, I had fun. I mean, I got through the field somewhat cleanly, I believe. But I feel like some of it could have gone better. And nothing against the guys that run this. It's just some of the drivers that are in it.
That does happen, but man, you drove your way to the front a couple of times tonight, and a heck of a win. You and Lindo had a great battle there at the end too.
Yeah, no, props to him. He followed me on the bottom towards the end of the race, and then felt like racing, so I moved up to see if he could do anything down there. I was hoping he'd make it a little bit closer, but I guess I figured something out in the slick that just worked out. So it was, like I said, good race. Happy with it's all over with, and we'll move on to next week and put this one behind us.
All right, man. Congratulations.
See you, Doug.
And Justin Glover, man, what a run you had tonight.
I give it the best I could do. I had to had a really good car. I cannot complain about the car at all. When this track slicks off, that top groove where everybody likes to run gets real tricky, and you got to be on it. And if you can't be on it, then you're gonna cause more problem than not. So about halfway through this race, everybody has to start changing their tactics and changing with their line. And I'm very fortunate that I got a couple pit stops in and didn't have to lose too much ground. And back to front a couple times. no hard feelings towards Mr. Garmin there. I know he's not, a rough racer by nature, just racing deal. It's dirt track racing. That's how it goes. And dirt track racers don't bring their feelings to the racetrack. We leave that shit at the house.
Well, congratulations, a 6th place finish. You definitely had a top 3 car tonight, and you did come back from a lot. Good job, buddy.
I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for everything that you do for us, Dougie.
Hey,
Broadcast is awesome.
My pleasure, bud. Congrats.
Thanks, sir.
All right, that will be it for tonight. What a wild night of racing it has been. Congratulations to both David Garvin and Mason Neal each getting a win here tonight. And what an exciting night of racing. Definitely tune back in. Keep an eye on the schedule. We'll have some charity events coming up. We'll be back Sunday night with the Outlaws Truck Series, and before long we'll be back with the Fast and Fun ARCA Series and so much more. I'll post some recruiting stuff that's going on for several leagues, including the Outlaws, on Facebook as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys had as much fun as we did. Have a wonderful night.